our dear viewers, and welcome to a new edition of Body and Soul. In today's edition, we are going to talk about the pros and cons of the routine. To what extent the routine is an important element in our lives? Does it help us in a positive way, or a daily routine in our lives could be harmful? That would be our topic for discussion. A fixed routine is helpful because it gives us at least the time to do or think bad. It gives us a rhythm in our life. On the other hand, mind needs a refreshment. Keeping up with the same routine sometimes make us unhappy, with also some kind of boredom. To shed more light, we have the following report by Sarah.
Routine, comfort zone, and consistency are all words that would beget negative responses. In the online GenerationE.com site, researchers say the notion of being in a comfortable state of mind is commonly seen as something you should strive to break. But why is being in your comfort zone frowned upon? Why is routine seen as lacking ambition? How come being consistent at something is seen as underperforming? The writers say the internet is ripe with self-advice websites of how to quit your job and lead the career you want to lead. The entrepreneurial self-employed route is becoming more common every day with millennials. It is an attractive proposition and one which falls outside a typical human being's comfort zone. The writers say working for somebody has its drawbacks, but it also has great positives like financial security, training infrastructure, set working hours, typically so, and paid holidays. What an entrepreneurial route may afford you over working for an organization within your comfort zone is flexibility, diverse role, and freedom to express. As long as you are continuing to develop, add value, and enjoy your work, there is no harm in the work comfort zone.
Welcome back, our dear viewers, and to shed more light about the pros and cons of routine, we are very much delighted to have with us over the phone Dr. Marwa Saleh. She is a professor of neurolinguistics. Hello, Dr. Marwa.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Dr. Marwa, to start with, what the word routine means?
Well, routine actually means doing the same things with the same pattern every day.
Yes. Can we consider that the routine is, the word of routine is a negative thing when we think about it, or when most of the people are talking about the routine?
Yeah, well, I say it depends on how you're looking at routine, because sometimes routine for some people is interesting if you're doing a job or you're doing responsibilities that you love. So I would say if you're doing your routine every day with passion, and you love what you're doing, then it wouldn't really be considered as routine. So, on the other hand, if you're doing things with a pattern that you hate or you don't like, then you have to somehow break that pattern.
Dr. Marwa, is it important at a certain point of our lives to break the routine, to get out of our pattern of life, even if we do appreciate or love what we are doing in life?
Yeah, sometimes you need to do things differently. So you need to look at your job differently. Even if you're doing the same things every day, you need to sort of step out, have a fresh look, and push yourself to get out of your comfort zone. Because if you're comfortable, you will not meet any challenges and you will not change things in your life. You will do things the same way. So if you're looking for a change, or if you want to be inspired somehow, or if you want to grow, change is necessary, of course.
Does the fact that we do love or appreciate our comfort zone could at a certain point represent a real harm or a real threat for us?
It does represent a threat at times because of...
Hello? I do believe that we lost our contact with Dr. Marwa Saleh. Dr. Marwa Saleh, the professor of neurolinguistics. Thank you for your input. And here now we'll continue with our guest in the studio, Mr. Sharif Tahan. He is a self-development researcher. Hello, Mr. Sharif.
Hello, hi, how are you?
Mr. Sharif, as we were talking with our dear guest over the phone, Dr. Marwa, about the routine.
Yes.
The word routine does mean the things that we do on regular basis.
Yes.
To what extent having a routine in our lives is healthy?
If it's a positive thing or it's bringing you happiness, so it's something good. It's like going to the gym, doing something, as the caller, Dr. Marwa, said, doing something that you are passionate about. So this is going to be a good routine. Something that really makes your mood nice, something that impacts your life positively and makes you happy and productive.
Why the words routine and the word comfort zone are most of the time related to negative connotations?
This is regarding mainly because of the social and the cultural traditions. Bureaucratic countries or bureaucratic places, we feel that it is something very negative and we called it routine. However, every coin has two edges. It could be a positive or could be a negative. Regarding the negative one, human beings are also creatures of linking something to the negative rather than positive. And this is linked also to the primitive life that we are surrounding of dangers, a lot of dangerous things. So whatever we are trying to do is to be aware that everything has its pros and has its cons.
What are the advantages of having a routine in our daily lives, at work, at our private life, in different areas?
You feel comfortable, you feel safe, you feel calm. The stress level, it's really minimizing. You feel that there is something easy that you are doing it, you are familiar with. And this is the advantages of having a routine, that you know that by 12 noon that you are having a gathering, by 4 you are returning back to home. So everything, it's organized. However, this is dangerous.
Why?
Because sometimes we are caught in what you called is comfort zone.
Yes.
And sometimes it's faked comfort zone.
Yes.
It's not real.
To start with, before we elaborate on the comfort zone, we would like to define what is comfort zone for our viewers.
The comfort zone, from its name, it's a space or a zone or a mental state that you feel secured and you feel safe.
Yeah.
You are doing something that you know it very well. You are having the same route going to your job. It's the same thing. You know that you are having the same meal. So there is no surprises. There is no fears. There is no insecurity. Only the known thing. And we are really afraid of the unknown.
Indeed.
From risk. So the comfort zone makes you feel that you are happy, and later on you feel that you really you stayed a long time in that comfort zone thinking that you are happy, but you are faked happy.
Mr. Sharif, why do people seek a comfort zone? Because of their fear of the unknown, or because they do not like to open new venues for their lives? How do you explain that?
Sometimes, Hesti, it's out of laziness, that I don't want to make an extra effort. Why should I do?
Laziness here or fear? Or both?
This for some people, it's laziness. If we dig deeper, you will find that there's something inside you, it's called fear, that it's resisting and avoiding you from doing something harmful. We are creatures of habits. And if I'm doing something in a routine or in a habit, I feel safe. So every human being, they wanted to feel safe. By getting out of my comfort zone, I feel that I'm a little bit challenged. Where do I go? It is unknown. I feel insecurity. And this is the main reasons why we don't grow, why we don't develop. So the comfort zone, it's really, I called it a prison. You think that you are doing everything you want, however, later on you will regret that you never cross the comfort zone to see what are the options or the other options you have in life.
Does the people who are very much attached to their comfort zone regret that in a later stage in life?
I do believe this. I do believe it. Even if they didn't state it or they didn't say it, deep inside them, they feel that really they waste their times without doing nothing in life.
Nothing challenging, maybe to get out of the box, to do something new in their lives?
It's not only about new thing. It's about the thing that I dreamed of doing it. The thing that I love doing it. But out of fear, out of circumstances that sometimes we think that circumstance is stronger than us. But we really have the choice to have baby steps towards forward to our dreams. So being in comfort zone, you are feeling fake safe or security, and you are away from your doing something you love and something you dream of. So really, I urge people, and I'm telling you now, get out of it and see something new and something different, something that you really love.
How can people determine if it is the proper time for a change in our lives, to get out of our comfort zone and to break the routine in our lives?
When you are always complaining about your life, so this is the time to think, why I'm complaining? When you are feeling bored of what you are doing, so this is the time also to ask yourself, I'm doing the right thing, am I in the right place? When you are feeling physical pains, because also the psychological effect affects our bodies, and we always feel headache, we feel that we are not right, we feel that we are sick. So are the stages where you feel and where you should think and stop doing what you are doing now and sit with yourself and ask, is it time to change? Because comfort zone, it's always the same thing with change. We fear change. We fear getting out of comfort zone because of the change.
When we should stop our fear, we should challenge our fear, stand in front of our fear and move on.
We should...
Because sometimes, and sorry for interruption,
no,
Mr. Sharif, we do complain a lot.
Yes.
But we do not take actions.
Yes. We are mourning.
Yes.
And we are always accusing somebody else for our failures or for our sadness. So when should we stop and say, I need to change? First of all, we need to be aware that fear is not something bad. However, if it's exceeding the limits,
it's bad.
It's bad. But
it could be crippling.
Yes, certainly. If I'm presenting something, if I'm going to a show, a little bit of a stress makes me focus more, makes me concentrate, makes me succeed in what I'm doing. However, if that stress is getting out of limits, exceeding the limits, so this is a negative thing. So fear, it's okay, but don't be stuck in fear. Get out of it, have a certain courage in yourself, have a certain courage, and think about the positive things that you did before and how did you succeed in it. So visualize yourself doing something good. Visualize yourself in the future doing the thing you like. They are really appraising you.
Yes, indeed. Despite the negative associations of the word routine, researchers say that people who follow a routine at work, those who have consistency, have the key to well-rounded performance. What's your take on that?
Could be true, and of course the researchers, they made a lot of studies. However, getting out of comfort zone or making something new about the routine could enhance our performance. Why should we be satisfied with the same performance, with the 60 or the 70%? Why I'm not looking for 80 and 90%? So this is something could be true, and we could be better by stretching our abilities and skills.
How early in life does the person start to show that he is going to be a routine-oriented person or the opposite?
It depends mainly on parents and the norm of the life of the child. The parents who are always outgoing, having new ideas, they are having a positive point of view or a lifestyle. Most of the time, the children, they will have their risk, that they will appreciate risking, doing something different, doing something out of their comfort zones. However, sometimes, and we are having this in our community, so don't try something new.
Why?
This is risky, this is dangerous, you will lose a lot.
But if we do not take the challenge, if we do not break the routine, if we do not get out of our comfort zone, we might miss a lot of opportunities, a lot of challenges. If I'm stuck to my job, maybe, for example, as an employee, that would prevent me from being an entrepreneur, for example, or for starting my new business that I wanted to do, but I'm afraid to do because I might lose, for example. So how can we solve that issue?
I do agree with you. There is a saying, life starts by the end of your comfort zone. So when you are stretching yourself, when you are taking a promise to yourself that I will really change, I will look for something that I really love, I'm not gonna be a follower of traditions, follower of my family's satisfaction, that because we know that in our community, parents, they are deciding the future of their children. So I should take responsibility of my life and say, really, thank you so much for guiding me. However, I have something else that I need to do. So listen to your heart, be open to new ideas, read different cultures so that you can have a broader options in life. Do not lose really the opportunities which is in front of us, and we are losing it just because we are afraid of taking a calculated risk. In the work environment, a lot of workers, they don't want to leave because they are afraid that they will not succeed in the new place and they will not find their place later on. So if you have a confidence in your abilities, in your skills, you will succeed. And think about the first day in your work, how you will do, and now how you are excelling and doing better.
That would bring me, Mr. Sharif, to ask you that points that you have raised now. To what extent we could relate here the self-confidence with the fear of getting out of our comfort zone? Is the person who has proper self-confidence more oriented to get out of his comfort zone because he has faith in himself?
Yes, and the most important of self-confidence is the self-esteem. Self-esteem is how you appreciate yourself. And self-confidence, it's about the skills that you have. So it's both. First of all, love yourself. Tell yourself that I deserve better life. I deserve more opportunities and better life standards. And then try to enhance and develop your skills, your technical skills and the interpersonal skills like the communication, for example. So by loving yourself and know that you deserve to be better, this is the first step that you need. And we need to appreciate all the blessings that we have. We are human beings and we are there's an area of growing and development if we just step forward out of our comfort zone. And if you feel happy now with your comfort zone, with a small size, now you need to expand it so that you can feel more happier.
How does childhood experiences impact the person's preferences in this regard?
Most of our adult problems is getting from the childhood. The experiences that we have in school, the experience that we have with our parents and our friends. So if our parents are encouraging us to do something different, and they are saying that, okay, do it, and if you need help, I will support you. So the most likely we will have stretching more abilities, and we will be a risk taker, and we will succeed more. In the contrary, the people that they don't do this, don't do that, this is dangerous, take care of this, no, I will do it for you. So you will lose the self-confidence. You will feel that this world is really dangerous and you cannot count on yourself. So you will always be dependent on somebody else. So childhood is a really critical.
It's the core.
It's the core, yes.
Mr. Sharif, to what extent we should raise our kids to be capable of facing the challenges, of not being afraid of everything? Because sometimes we do raise that in our kids.
Certainly,
that he is a doctor, he will give you an injection. So the kids, for example, they start to fear from doctors. Sometimes we do raise them with the fear of tomorrow, with the fear of the unknown. That could represent a real threat to them. So how can we raise our kids in a very positive way so they do not fear of change?
Awareness is the first step. If I'm aware that when I'm telling my child that this is always dangerous and don't do it, and I'm always giving them a negative link to anything they are doing, and I'm not supporting them or not appreciating their efforts, this means that you are losing your child now and later on. You are not living taking care only of your child. So take care, be aware, and also be educated, and have the faith on them while observing them carefully. So like passing the street. I'm not telling him leave the 2-year-old child passing the street alone. However, encourage them, okay, I'm behind you, go, don't hold my hand right now, take the step forward, and I will do it with you normally or occasionally. So have the faith and the support with your children, and later on you will find that you really made the good investment. So the awareness, and this is a good chance for all the people who are watching us now to be aware what they are doing.
What are your tips here, Mr. Sharif, about developing the challenge in ourselves, the fact that at a certain point we should get out of our routine, we should get out of our comfort zone in order, as you have kindly mentioned before, that the real life starts when we get out of our comfort zone?
Start with the small things. Don't take it from the extreme, that if you are afraid of presenting something in front of a big number of people, okay, so do it on your surroundings with family first, then with your colleagues in a small presentation in the workplace, and then be prepared later on to do it in front of bigger gatherings. So take a baby step. Don't be cruel on yourself. Say that I cannot do it. Don't say negative words so that you can feel down. Encourage yourself, motivate yourself. Ask people to support. Ask people who are more experienced, how could I get out of my comfort zone? And get advice from people, maybe from your family or from your workplace. Then second thing, when you are doing small things, appreciate it. Say that I did a good job and I'm going to be better. So as we said before,